Well, in just about 15 seconds from now, it'll be 1990. They're gathered down below as we say goodbye to 1989. The ball is moving, the crowd sees it, you can hear them. Oh, can you ever hear them? They know when it hits the bottom, it'll be 1990, goodbye to the 80s. Happy New Year!
Whoa, 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 change is good for everybody. Whoa, 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 Montana. Whoa, 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 when that hate don't work, they start telling lies. Baby work, gon' bust a wide. It's that new money, let the drugs drop. I cut my bitch off when the ball drops. Whoa, 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 I just don't know why. Hating hoes ain't happy, and happy hoes ain't hate. Better check the situation. I can fix your situation. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I cut them bitches off when the ball drop. New year, new money, then the call drop. New year, new money, let them drugs drop. Cut them niggas off when the ball drop. Cause them real niggas ain't hate. And them hating niggas ain't real. And baby, I can help the situation. No top smoking medication. This the new year resolution. We gotta be the winners cause the rest is losing. I told them get money, that's the best solution. When you do, wear your rocket like you rest in Houston. When niggas stole my style, I ain't stressed the boosting. It's time to make more money, less excuses. My old bitch on death row, it's time for execution. My new bitch is badass, she the best since Boosie. Like whoa, 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 and I just don't know why. 12 o'clock, then the call drop. Cut them niggas off when the ball drop. Young boy, hard head in the soft top. So when them shots ain't ringing, you can't call shots. Mix of white and brown on the corner strap. Might be the next Mike Brown. We rollin' that V with 100 on the lane. 3/4 make with the top off flank. God, niggas scared to play it like Jeff. Rich and F, hoping at the time hella die. Scramble like a gold fiend. Keep your head up like you know bleed. My right hand got 30 on his left arm. On that left lane, nigga with a bitch form. And I just don't know. I just don't know. Whoa. When that hate don't work, they start telling lies. Baby work, gon' bust a wide. It's that new money, let the drugs drop. I cut my bitch off when the ball drops. I just don't know why. Hating hoes ain't happy. Happy hoes ain't hate. Better check the situation. I can fix your situation. Whoa. I cut them bitches off when the ball drop. New year, new money, then the call drop. New year, new money, let them drugs drop. Cut them niggas off when the ball drop. Cause them real niggas ain't hate. And them hating niggas ain't real. And baby, I can help the situation. No top smoking medication. Cutting off hoes when the ball drop. Riding with my woes till the casket drop. Quiet for you suckers, head pin drop. I buy this motherfucker like the price drop. Shorty back it up, let the ass drop. Mommy killing them, tell the tear drop. Bitch, I'm on fire, need to stop, drop. Nigga, this the flow that got your artist drop. Heard he was a rat, heard he down drop. Hit him in the head, watch the body drop. Dollars coming down like raindrops. New year, new money, nigga, ball drop. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Howdy, folks. Howdy, folks. What's happening, Daniel? What's happening? What's happening? I just can't. I don't even have the strength. I don't. I feel like I'm in a black hole, an abyss, a vortex that lead. Again, I was beating my wall up, right? It's just a little bit because you can tell I'm tired because even the messages is a paragraph. I do paragraphs. I do a book. I do a whole goddamn page. Okay, but oh my gosh, yes, 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 yes. That I don't know what it's called now. Sneak attack, I guess. Yeah, yeah, that's for me. Y'all know they all for me. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't know how this works. It's a whole bunch of energy. And the people I don't even know. That ain't usually how it works. So you got to look beyond the surface. There's something else going on with this shit. When I come at you, I come at you with facts and shit. I don't even make up no shit like that. I don't even I don't even go there. You understand? I don't make up shit. I'm giving you facts. If I said that this is what happened and how it happened, it's the truth. And you ain't gotta take it from me. I got backup. Huh? And because, there are people that care about me and I care about, I let some of them, listen, take a sneak peek. I didn't put it out on the streets. So they know. They say, yeah, you already know. You even have to, share it. I said, but I just want to make sure you know. Just weird. But hey, I mean, when they can't come with facts, they can come with nothing with about the truth, whatever. This is what they do. And this is what I'm going to keep trying to tell you. Watch the people you motherfucking fuck with. Because it can have a lasting result. You understand what I'm saying? I ain't never played these kind of motherfucking games. But I know some women, some of y'all into it. Y'all like think it's cute, whatever. I get it. I get it. I'm just a cut above. And I said that just like that because I meant that. Never have, never will. I don't know, I mean, I keep my dogs on the chain. Okay? I don't support their motherfucking bullshit. Because at this point, um, people kind of recognizing what it is. And the stories are reversed. Trust and believe. Just ask about mama love and all this extra shit. You gotta believe me. Just ask. Yeah, we can fucking go there. I don't do all this kind of shit. But if a motherfucker gonna keep lying on me, then I'll be forced to do it. I don't give a fuck who disagree or how it gets done. I don't know you motherfuckers, and I don't owe you. Shit. Your motherfucking ass on the only motherfucking thing I motherfucking regret, wish that I made motherfucking better choices in 2020, 2021. But I didn't know that was all this type of trash exist. Had I known that, shit. I mean, male and female trash. I didn't know that. I didn't know it was some broken motherfuckers like this out in this motherfucking planet. And just be, she was trying to reconcile why it would be, people who would vote for Trump and she and all the people in this sector that's voting for Trump and this, that, and the third, whatever. And I'm sitting here looking like I ain't really want to go there. I'm like, girl, it wouldn't be this many crazy motherfuckers. But yet they in one location. So many motherfuckers that's addicted to that shit. And like, whatever. You really answering your own questions. I have no idea why an idiot would have the same method or try to have the same method. What up, Open? Hey, Jeff. Lord, Mr. Jeff, I think you praying for me. Cause I ain't ran you off yet. I'm I'm getting to where I need to get to, but I sure appreciate it. I just looked up. Hey, Open. It's gonna get worse. Like the one about to come is gonna get plenty of YouTube and bullshit coming. Yeah, like, come on now. Please believe. Folks know I ain't lying. Right. So like do that. God damn. Goofy ass shit. That ain't even nowhere near the truth. And I'm like, it's motherfucker in the self-sabotage of what? I'm about to see if I can get some money. If it's worth anything to you. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna see if it's worth anything to you. See if I can, see if I can be on that J and Bay shit. So I can get me about $5 grand. Huh? So I can be on that Cassie shit. Huh? Can I be on that? Can I be on that intercontinental hotel shit? Can I be on some of that? Can I get about 5 or 10? The fuck? Huh? Let's go somewhere and hide forever. This shit has going to work with me. Are you serious? Huh? And I stand by it. Because that's why you're angry. Ain't nobody home. Who you gonna go get? Can't do nothing about it. Can't fuck with it. Can't do nothing about it. Nothing. And I would be rude, but I ain't gonna do that. I ain't gonna do that yet. I almost said something. I almost said something. This is crazy. Just ghetto. Nigga shit. Ugh. Ain't no way in hell. I mean, how? How, Sway? Please explain it. Please explain it. I would have to be nuts to go Google Gaga over something and some I don't even know. Huh? Where this fits up in my lineup? In my lineup, I mean, since 16 to where it's gonna fit? Where it's gonna fit? Fuck a photo. I throw up the resumes. Where it's gonna fit in the resumes? In the resumes. Where how it's gonna fit? It's gonna be like one of them tests. Which one doesn't fit in this set? And it's gonna kick your resume out. Right? But, I mean, now if I had to go home to get somebody, right? If I had to go home to get somebody, what is this? Oh, this shit off my damn thing. If I had to go home to get somebody, right? I could literally get an equal, or I could literally get somebody would be kind of under me or whatever, I guess, in terms of resumes. And it would still be better than your ass. So I understand what the confusion is. That's just how it is in life. That's just how we stack up. You got to understand that you can't you know bluff up a resume. You can't do that. Well, I mean you can, but it'll come through. Like, I don't get it. That's all you got. That's all. I'm gonna play this card. I'm gonna play this card because I'm slow. I'm slow. This is the only thing I got to say. It ain't even true. I'm gonna say it anyway because it sounds good. I can make it seem convincing. Yeah, because then I can also put it in a situation where you lying then, or are you lying now? Could be, huh? But I know, guys. I know y'all get away with anything with some people, not with this. Yeah, I'm not the one that be running around nervous. Mm-mm. That ain't me. That don't make no sense. And ain't nobody, and ain't a person that I know, no, that would tell you I've ever behaved that kind of way. All of a sudden. Hmm? Shit. That kind of shit. I don't talk about politics, but I can't shit, cause don't make no money, don't help me busting up. Fuck out of here. YouTube video highlights on these people's lives. But yeah, I mean for real though. And that's why I can't even. That's why I'm like, what? I would never. Once I wake up and realize that, oh, okay, oh, YouTube is your highlight. Oh, okay, you ain't got no highlight reel. The highlight is the YouTube. Oh, okay, yeah. Uh-huh. That didn't sound like me. Call in all you doxers, or if I even give y'all some numbers of people to call, ask them, do I ever behaved in that kind of behavior? Any type of jealousy or any type of shit. Over what? Huh? Woo! Baby, I wish I could say what I want to say, but Mm-mm-mm-mm. But I'm sure, hey, baby, you got 5 to 10. Baby, I can show get listen here. We can be on some Cassie shit. You can get this here. What? Damn. Like to me, you come up with something else by now. By now, I mean you done told all that. Like, god damn. And what you gonna say when the people find out it's you? Huh? I wish you to get your shit together. But that's the I wish. Y'all, yeah, hey, you know what, y'all? I appreciate everybody. Please don't send me nothing else. Please don't send me nothing else, okay? Because I might go into a different register. I appreciate everybody, whatever. And think well, I ain't gonna post it. But you trust and believe. Like, don't send me nothing else. Because you know I go to the digging, then I go to talking, then I get to go to triggering and then shit flashing and all that. I don't want to do all that. Because it ain't worth it. Because it doesn't even make sense. It doesn't even fit. Where is this resume going? Where is it going? In front of who? In front of who? Not whom? Who? In front of who? Who? Where the resume going? At the lower end of a scale, like when I was 16 or 17. Huh? Now listen. Uh-uh. Open. I ain't see that. Listen. Now, check this out right here. I want to tell you how and this is what happens. Because I'm not a talk about me type motherfucking person unless they tell me to come there and talk about me. Okay? Now, how many times somebody asks you to come there and talk about you? I'm going to fuck around and post a whole bunch of shit. And we gonna fuck around and find out. And I said, well, ain't nobody home. And it's generally, and I don't just apply to, motherfuckers like you. It's a lot of people. They couldn't go get nobody. But they were mature enough. They weren't even, well, one did, but they weren't even really trying. Because wasn't a dude they can go get, wasn't a female they can go get. Nobody can go get nobody. The sport of competition, I understand for athletes, real athletes, it's in there. A lot of it is physical and a lot of it's in their heads. I get that. But that usually ends once they're out of the actual real competition. It just don't go on, and it definitely doesn't exist in their head in a competition that's only in their head with a figment of their imagination. I don't know you. This is some crazy ass shit. This is some Twilight Zone shit. That's the reason why I'm speaking on it, because of how long it's gonna go. I mean, you know, us professionals love old stinking timeline. And to be a professional doesn't mean that every job you've ever had or every skill you have, whatever, is all considered professional. No, that's not what it is. But if you were stamped with the label of professional, you would know that. But yeah, you okay, us professionals like old stinking timelines, right? Now I don't know, because this don't make no sense, right? If you don't speak to somebody for 3 months and they reach out to you, huh? What? Huh? Jesus Christ. Like, I mean, yeah, like, it's almost like, how the people be wanting suicide by a cop. Like, you need help, self sabotage. I don't understand. This is not what I do. This is what motherfuckers like y'all engage in. That's not what I do. Different type of girl. Different. I don't, even fuck with nobody that be engaged in all kind of shit like this. That's not cute to me. It's really embarrassing. And at some point, it's an insult. So you got to ask, like, what's all the energy for? Because if I am the worst, the bad person, this, that, and the third, you got to have the truth. You got to have something that I actually did. Something. You know me, I stand by my shit. If I stand by a coochie pig and all that, I stand by my shit. The fuck? What we talking about? If this is logic. When I be going, when I flash back and go off and whatever, I anticipate somebody coming back. That's fine. Because I'm flashing, I'm the one going off. But I'm going to need you to come back with something factual. Right? Nasty Angie is coming through. And I'm trying to suppress her. But Nasty Angie's coming through. And baby, I'll put some shit together y'all won't even believe. All the shit I don't. Yeah, listen. Please, please don't. I don't want to do all of that. It's just too much. It's embarrassing. Just please don't. Child. Child. But baby, I get it. This type of shit y'all used to. This is what, you know, folk of y'all caliber get down to and y'all get off on. I get it. I get it. But that's not what I do. Okay? It's not what I do. You know, you've been in the selection process all your life. What we talking about? What we talking about? You know, listen. Oh, and you know, oh my gosh. Let me tell you something. I mean, I'm trying to tell you, if Moon Toot keep fucking with me, I'm gonna fuck around and mislove his motherfucking ass. Okay? I mean that. I'm gonna have to introduce that extrinsic evidence. I don't give a fuck if you like it or not. You'll be alright. Unless you got the 5 to 10. Now, let me talk about them parties a little bit. So, I don't know if y'all heard, right? I can't waste my time on this bullshit. I'm grown. Um, have y'all been seeing all these people coming out at the parties? Now it's getting now the levels are dropping now. Now more of the the few celebrities here and there, like on the Diddy level, the ones that were gonna say something, I guess they have said something. And then the ones that's I think Justin Bieber allegedly made a statement. The ones that are Lord status like Bow Wow, he done said something. Of course, Bow Wow always support alleged deviant behavior or whatever. So I don't know. But then there are the people that, I told you, like, what I like to refer to as a selection process, right? I shared on the wall, like, one of the girls who went to one of the parties, and she had the video of her going up there and all of that and shit like that. So and she pretty much described how, and I told y'all about this before he got indicted. How this process worked. And I told y'all that, listen, the fastest way to get through, and I mean, just I told you just want to be a groupie, okay? Fastest way to get through that is with like somebody like connected to them or security. Now that girl described, she said they send somebody to come and get you, pick you. I told y'all that before he even got indicted. What up, Queen? I told y'all that's how they get down with it. And it's up to you to say yes or no. It's up to you to say yes or no. But if you was, if you might be, and here's the thing, y'all can attest to this. Y'all can attest to this, right? Tell me I'm lying. Tell me I'm lying. Your mama and your daddy say, well, I can't say my daddy because he didn't know that I was going to all these different places and stuff like that. And so me ain't know. But yeah, my mama somewhat knew. She knew we was going out of town. She ain't know exactly um the particulars, right? She knew, the basics, but just not the particulars, right? But I didn't drink, like that, or you understand what I'm saying? And I definitely didn't drink out, you know. I would have like a specific, like, okay, I'm gonna get drunk tonight, and that type of shit. And that happened like once or twice a year, right? So when we would, go different places, your mom and them say, you come back with who you leave with. Y'all come back together. That was always the instruction she gave all of us. And remember, I'm the youngest, right? I'm the youngest in the group. So, and well, I don't know if you want to pitch in on this conversation, Queen, but you can. Um, so if they are cherry picking people, I'm automatically gonna say no, cause my friends ain't can't get in or some shit like that, right? I'm automatically saying no. Well, not only that, um, you hear little rumblings and whatever, like, oh, and back when I was hanging, like if I'm hanging with a certain crowd, whatever, and I know that they don't smoke weed, and I don't stop smoking it at that time, then especially those parties that got a lot of weed smoking and shit like that. Oh no, uh, no ma'am, no ma'am. I'm talking about smoking, 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 honey. No, 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 no. And for a large part, like if I wasn't in a relationship or something like that, and I knew what the goings on was, and I was in the goings on, I wasn't gonna smoke no weed and shit or whatever, because you know what, they scare you with the goddamn drug test and stuff. And I was, after like when I early when I was real young, I used to smoke it all the time. We used to smoke it all the time. But after I graduated a dental program and started on my bachelor's, I pretty much stopped. And then I remember smoking it one time in 2022. No, not 2022. Well, I did do it in 2022. Not, um, yeah, 2022. But this was in 2002. I had smoked it. And then I didn't do anything until 2022. So, yeah, 2022. Yeah, that's right. So, um, so as you can see, you understand what I'm saying? And once become one of the ones that they know ain't gonna do all of that, whatever. You develop certain relationships and certain friendships and stuff like that. Not real friendships, but you know what I'm talking about. Where you just known as the cool girl, whatever. And people try to holler at you, whatever. They don't be all unless they like Aaron Hall and just real aggressive with it and his ignorant ass. Which I told you his ass was ignorant and aggressive before he got in that lawsuit. How he do? But and also told y'all, like, at them after parties, it'd be like it's like some Instagram girls, some of them, or some of them that look like them, and then it'd be like other kind of other regular girls. It can be straight a bunch of strippers. And but like I said, I want to know, did it get some street walkers, some prostitutes. I don't know about that. That's what am curious about, because I'm trying to figure out now how much sex or how much goings on did you need? Because this is what I think happened. If that's the case, and this is just my opinion, I don't know. Because it's such a selective, oh, my fingers are skinny. God damn. Because it's such a selective amount of, like, the Instagram people, the kind of sort of like Instagram girls, and like I can't put the strippers in there. Oh no. Well, it seemed like it should have been enough girls to go around. Because if you add the strippers in there, then it should be, enough, and you can get your But if you get tired or whatever, the same old ones or whatever, I'm wondering, is that when they go to the streetwalkers. And people like um, Diddy, who have a unlimited supply, like money and all of that, he can pile them up. You understand what I'm saying? He can get them now. Cause I ain't hot mouthing. I swear I ain't hot mouthing. This is just what it is. You got some that you got the because they know what's up and what were they coming to do. You got to have that money. And then you got the ones that's just glad to be there, and you know they may be down or they may not be down, but you ain't had to spend no money to get them there and shit like that. But with the other ones, like the Instagram ones, the kind of Instagram ones, and some and them strippers, you got to have that. They want that. They want that money. And see, Ti and them don't have the money like that, so they don't be having no out extravagant shit like them people down there on that beach. Luke always have an influx of motherfuckers, right? Because like he known as the house and the king and where to go, the palace where to go. So yeah, anybody want to fill in? Uh, anybody want to help me out with the story, huh? Oh, you know who? So that's why I just want to know. I keep saying the same thing. Did it get down to the prostitutes? Like, what happened? Did you run out? Shut. Baby, I hot mouth. Ooh, ooh. No, I ain't never met no goddamn Diddy. That is not what I'm saying. I ain't maintaining none of that. I don't know nothing. Okay? I don't know shit. I'm just saying uh what the people are already saying out there in the paperwork. That's all I'm saying. I'm just bringing clarity to it. Ooh, shit. Mm. It was so funny when Keisha said, "You know that girl they found um at the they used to work with us. They found her dead. You know she used to strip." I like, yeah, I had to go get her because we were short of girls. I said that boy I knew it. And I'm not no madam or no shit like that. No. I done told y'all that story before. But yeah, honey. I think they believe she got killed by that killer cab driver that they had in Jacksonville. Crazy. Crazy. And you see, Keisha ain't asked me no question. Like, why you had to go get her? What's going on? Because she already know how the shit runs. I'm just trying to figure out. You want, huh? Me? I was on the selection crew. Okay. Anyway, um, but if you travel them highways and byways with just them certain principles that your parents told you, go the same, leave, well, it's come back the same way you go. So I was never, it just got, if someone couldn't get in or this, that, and there, whatever, mm-mm. And I remember being too young to get in. So there are certain responsible places that will uh or people, places and people that will ID you. 21. I remember mm, like I said, I ain't never have to go to no, I ain't never been to a spring fling or what that thing called in Atlanta, Freaknik. I ain't have to. Shit. Mm-mm. Man, fuck around, honey. Uh, I be on a child. I can't believe none of this. You got to be fucking kidding me. You got to be fucking kidding me. But somebody wanna say something. This is somebody that you can go get. Oh. Hey, Lavelle. Shut up, boo. Lavelle, shut up. Okay, because guess what we did? We did have our own little stuff. I was part of the damn hosting uh crew. The one of the ones that like when they put your name on the flyer or they, like hosted by whatever. Duh. Shut up. I mean, you know what? I believe you done doxed me. But baby, one thing for certain, two things for sure, baby. None of them can tell you if I'm a man or a goddamn woman. I ain't slept with nobody. None of them. And I was smart enough not to even make none of my goddamn boyfriend no shit like that. Yeah, I done ate a bunch of meals and had a good time. But that was the cost of hanging out. That's the cost of doing business. Let me see. This is 2004. The last time I went on one of them suicide missions was in 2018. Okay. Well, in my goddamn 40s. Hey, you gotta take it from me. I ain't gotta make it up. I ain't gotta lie. For what? The call right there on the damn channel when we talking about it with people that actually know me. Somebody that don't know me can't tell you shit about me because I don't know your motherfucking ass. If you can't name my best friend, I got what 10 or 11 of them. You can't name two. I don't know you. You were too smart for that. You wasn't gonna let them know nothing. Shut up. And you listen, I hear what you don't say. What does KMSL mean? I don't know what that mean, Lavelle. You always putting that up there. I don't know what that mean. I don't be knowing all about those um alphabets and shit. I don't know all about that. I don't know them emojis. I don't know none of that. Cause I don't really like deal with nobody that do them abbreviations and them emojis and shit like that. I only learned that when I came out here. True talk. Yeah. I don't know nothing. I don't see nothing, and you ain't getting nothing. How about that? Because I had seen how, like, I trust me. I had seen how they do. And then what about the little parties that the people that's associated with? Oh, let me shut up. And they gonna get in trouble too. Like what the fuck? I'm trying to see what is going on. Mm-mm. Or killing myself laughing. Oh, okay. Killing myself laughing. Oh, I didn't know what that meant. But I'm serious, right? But as to this foolishness, my favorite reference, want to speak to y'all. Want to tell y'all, are you serious? My favorite reference. Now, this is who I have to go get.
Care what you believe in. We don't. Wait. One of the things that I don't do well is this.
Understand that. Huh? That's what I had to go get. Michelle Obama. Mm-hmm. Now what we talking about? But see, when you trash or ghetto or whatever, anybody is a step up or whatever. I guess can help. But in my in our league over here, we had to go get Michelle Obama. We gotta get motherfuckers like that. Get the parallel. Unbelievable, honey. Unbelievable. I swear. I can't do nothing but laugh. I won't say some shit so bad, but I tell you, it'll be rough the way I say it. Mm. But you got to bat your motherfucking mind. Like, what is what? That's really what I want to say. Mm, 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 mm. But yeah, what up, purple, purple? But yeah, so what's the other stuff I need to talk about? Oh, okay. I got to play this Keefe D thing. Somebody shouts out to this person, went and made a compilation of his bail hearings, right? It was a lot of stuff that went on. I didn't even know, or I didn't realize, or what have you. And I want to talk about it, right? Because there's some stuff they point out to, like, where I thought that Keefe D was, pretty much lying about his involvement with this Tupac murder shit. I don't know. So I don't know. I'm when this person um points a fact out, I'm gonna have to write it down and see if I can go research it. I get on my research kick because there's some things I just want to know about what's going on. You know, and hey, I'm in a space for knowledge and learning and things of that nature and being educated and stuff like that. If that's not nobody's particular interest, that's fine. Ain't got nothing to do with me. I've been working on, like, following them steps or whatever, trying to get in new algorithms and new areas and stuff like that since May. Because I want to, get somewhere and where the people talk, that talk. People talk about current events and shit like that, not me, and stuff like that, right? People that could put a, decent paragraph together. People that can really educate you on a particular matter. I'm gonna tell you something, and I told y'all I hate Google. I hate it, but on topics that I am like with, you have to use it. It's kind of different with if I'm using it with something I know, because I can look at it and see if that's right or whatever. Then I can, kind of, post it or whatever, right? But it's different. Listen, I haven't fucked with healthcare in a minute. I haven't been in that vein in a minute, right? I haven't. So I don't know what's being covered under insurance, what's not, what's, what they call approved service and stuff like. I don't know. But that topic that we had on abortion, we kept talking about different aspects of it, and we were really geared to more or less about Buku saying about the miscarriage versus the stillbirth, and all of what happened about her, you know, having a walk around with a dead baby in her. I just I didn't know that people were still doing that. That's crazy as hell to me, right? So, um, but something told me to ask Google about transitioning, And I didn't know that people who transition, I think it says a covered service. Anyway, I copied and pasted that shit on the wall, right? And what I may start back going to do is tagging like the communities that is that speaks about that topic or whatever, so I can still kind of figure out a way to to rush these algorithms and shit like that. But I did, one thing that worked pretty good is unsubscribing to a lot of these folks, right? But it don't help if y'all send me something, I go look. Then I, look again because I want to let me see if I have to get on your ass. You understand what I'm saying? It just don't help. It just puts me back in the same um algorithm, maybe, but it definitely put me in the same cycle with you know having one, two a month. I don't have to want to do all of that. And plus, I like having Mr. Jeff around. He's good people, but it's a lot going on with that insurance. But I think, and I might have not read this right, but I think I did. And I kept telling, listen, I don't know what the fuck went down. But once Obama did that Affordable Care Act, seemed like to me, shit went wrong. I know the prices.
The arrest of Keefe with a murder.
The prices of insurance, or at least mine, went sky high. Sky high. I mean, it seems like the provider list, I don't know what happened. It was just a lot that went on, and I thought maybe they could have figured out something else to do. But if I'm not mistaken, I believe that when I did look, there was an Affordable Care Act enactment. Hold on. Hold on for a minute. Okay, so what was the one before that? What was that one they talked about I put on that wall? It wasn't Affordable Care Act. It was some kind of act. And I hate this. I hate relying on. What is this? I thought it was some kind of healthcare mandate. There's something on my wall prior to HCA. I'm coming, y'all. I'm just very interested in talking about things that affects us on a day-to-day basis, right? And current event, and I think we have to understand these things. Not in depth, but to a certain degree. Because something that just tore my goddamn pockets up every 2 weeks, it needs to be explained. But let me get to this KPD shit, because it's and y'all can hear them, but I'm not gonna play it because it's somebody else's content.
We just passed the 1-year anniversary of the arrest of Keefe D for the murder of Tupac Shakur. And Keefe's trial has been delayed twice and is currently scheduled to begin in March of 2025. But over the summer, there were 3 bail hearings for his case that provided major drama, with accusations of perjury and even police brutality.
I think they were sent by them to beat me up.
This is the story of how Keefe's bail request turned into a total disaster.
And you just use something that no loss.
Back in January of 2024, a judge set Keefe D's bail at $750,000. And while normally that would require 10% cash up front, the bail bond companies in this case have requested 15% down instead, which means Keefe has to come up with $112,500 in cash. And in order to post bail, the court has what's called a source hearing, so they can determine the source of the bail funds is legitimate. At a previous status hearing for this case, Keefe claimed that the media circus in the courtroom was scaring off family members of his who were willing to put up the money for his bail, but who don't want their face on TV and all that media attention, and he wanted to know if the source hearing could happen privately.
I got family that's hesitant to come in here to help me out on the bail because of the media and the circuit that's going on. And they want to know could they do it privately or perhaps I'll affidavit or something.
Well, that request was apparently denied, and a very public bail hearing was held on June 25th after music manager Whack 100, aka Cash Jones, offered to bail Keefe out. And this hearing is where things immediately started to go off the rails. The hearing starts by the judge saying she wants to make sure Keefe isn't paying his bail with money from talking about the case.
And so ultimately the reason I sat the purpose of the source hearing was because of the peculiar procedural history of this case and the facts here was really to ensure that the bond is not posted with proceeds from talking about the murder or killing of Mr. Shakur.
Jones claims the money is coming from his business, and he claims he knows Keefe's son and that Keefe is a friend. And importantly, he claims the bail money is a gift and that Jones isn't benefiting financially from it. And this is very important information, as we will find out.
How do you know Mr. Davis, sir? I know him from passing. I know his son. I know him. We sat out and talked a few times. Sir, are you deriving any benefit financially from Mr. Davis's release? I don't know.
The prosecution immediately calls this into question. First, when asked how he's friends with Keefe, Jones's answer is pretty vague.
All right, I want to turn your attention. We were provided a letter by Mr. Arnold that said that you had known Mr. Davis and his family for many years. Is that right?
I mean, they're kind of like a community, especially urban community. I know his sister. I know him. I know his son.
And then they ask him straight up whether he has any plans to do a television series with Keefe. And this very specific question really should tell everyone in that courtroom that prosecutors probably already know something and they know the answer to this question already.
All right, and so the other thing you say in the letter that Mr. Arnold provided to us is that the money is a gift and Mr. Davis is not obligated to repay. Is that right?
That's right.
Do you have any contract between you and Mr. Davis?
Not as a game.
Have you ever stated that you planned on getting Mr. Davis out as long as he did a stipulation with you to do a television series with you?
No, I have said it's going to be a very interesting story.
If someone were to say that the money provided here to bail Mr. Davis out is not from you, would that be the truth or a lie?
Be a lie.
Okay. If someone said you are being used as a front, would that be the truth or a lie?
That would be a lie.
If somebody said that there's a movie company putting up the money for you, would that be the truth or a lie?
What company?
A movie company.
No, that would be a lie.
Okay.
So prosecutors then play a clip from an interview that Jones did on YouTube where he claimed he wanted to bail out Keefe so that they could make a TV show together.
You know, man, I keep it, it's always 7 o'clock. With the stipulations that I do the series on, people watching.
In response to this, Jones claims he just said that in the interview for entertainment purposes. But unfortunately for Keefe, prosecutors also had a jailhouse phone call where Jones discusses this plan with Keefe to make a TV show around Keefe once they get him out on house arrest.
You got Betty Ray's story, your story.
They're talking about whether or not Mr. Davis has signed the contract, and Mr. Davis confirms that he has signed the contract.
And at this point in the hearing, Keefe tries to defend himself, and his own lawyer cuts him off.
Okay, we, raided the house, all this stuff.
The DA also has a jailhouse phone call between Keefe and his wife, where he tells her that Jones doesn't have the money and that he's acting as a front. He literally uses the word front for the owner of an entertainment company, and that's who's really putting up this money.
You're saying that I own a fucking movie company. You have no fucking money to own a fucking movie company. That's the front. So it won't look like he did it.
And then toward the end of this hearing, his attorney claims they've been fielding calls almost every other day from people who want to do a show or other entertainment project on this case with Keefe.
To be honest, Your Honor, I get the calls almost every other day in regards to, some kind of series or something that somebody wants to produce.
It's incredible to me that talking publicly on TV about this crime is what got Keefe into this situation in the first place. And yet Keefe is here talking about going on TV again, ostensibly to discuss this case even more, even as he's facing trial for it. It's kind of wild to me. So in closing at the end of this hearing, the prosecution claims, quote, a fraud is being perpetrated on this court. And the judge says that this hearing has left her with more questions than answers.
A fraud is being perpetrated on us. One way or another.
After this hearing, I'm left with more questions than answered.
And the following day, the judge denies Keefe's bail. A month later, Keefe is back in court after his attorney renews his bail motion. And this hearing will end in Keefe ranting against former detective Greg Kading. But first, his attorney argues that Keefe shouldn't be prevented from being paid to tell his story about the Tupac case. And what this goes to is most states have a law that prohibits criminals from profiting from their crimes, referred to as a Slayer statute or a Son of Sam law, which is named after serial killer David Berkowitz, the Son of Sam killer, who sold his life rights in the 1970s, and people got mad about it, so they passed a law to try and prevent people from doing that. But Keefe's lawyer argues that his client hasn't been convicted of this crime, and therefore this law doesn't apply to him.
At this point, since he's not convicted, you cannot tell Mr. Davis he cannot receive those monies. He can receive any monies in regards to this crime until he's convicted.
And honestly, on that, I agree with him. I'm not a lawyer, but I'm a First Amendment guy, and I agree with that. But then, hilariously, in trying to prove that his client would have more to talk about on a show than just Tupac's murder that would interest people, his lawyer also argues that his client was a notorious gang leader, a drug trafficker, and, quote, the godfather of Compton.
His life story, he was one of the most notorious gang leaders of all of Southern California. He ruled Compton. He was the godfather of Compton. Basically, he had a drug trade that extended from here to New York to Little Rock, Arkansas. He was doing 350 kilos at a time with the Mexican cartel,
which the prosecution team will promptly thank him for conceding.
I do appreciate Mr. Arnold admitting, conceding that Mr. Davis is a notorious gang leader, that he was the godfather of Compton. I appreciate those admissions.
And then the judge addresses an issue with Keefe's attorney himself that I think has been brewing for a while. Since taking over the case, his attorney has held little press conferences in the hallway of the courthouse after most or all of the hearings. And during these conferences, he has been asked why he took on the case. And Keefe's lawyer has cited the notoriety of the case, how it's the biggest case since O.J. Simpson.
Well, it's the biggest case that since OJ. Why wouldn't you want to take this case on?
And then, just 2 days before this hearing happened, The Sun published an article with quotes from this attorney where he repeated this again and added that he wants to be in his own TV show about the case, saying different news agencies, different TV shows have all come up and said, hey, when Keefe gets out, we want to follow you. We want to see the preparation of defense. And so it is like Johnny Cochran. We could still go watch that old film of him, and that if it doesn't fit, you must acquit. So, of course, if somebody wants to film it, let's go. And he adds that he wants to be able to preserve his legacy with this case. And here in this hearing, the judge challenges him over this because she's seen this article.
It seems like your end goal here is to make some sort of show on the prep for this trial, according to whose articles that have been sent to me.
Like again, you read so many things about it. That's not my goal.
To the Sun is not accurate?
That's not my end goal here.
Okay.
My end goal is to win the trial. Okay. Whether they want to follow me with cameras, they can do that. Are we going to benefit by that? I promise you, as an officer, we have not signed a contract, nor have we been given any financial incentive to do something like that, Your Honor.
This case isn't going to be your legacy.
The prosecutors claim that Cash Jones may have perjured himself in the previous hearing over his claims about the source of the bail funds.
Mr. Jones lacks any credibility whatsoever based on the evidence that we've heard. Your Honor, I would go so far as to say that he perjured himself.
And at this hearing, Jones is conspicuously absent. He video conferenced in last time, and now he's not here. Later in this hearing, the prosecution presents a new piece of evidence that relates to Keefe's attorney's claims that have been going on for several months now, where he says that there's no proof that Keefe was in Las Vegas the night of Tupac's murder.
They have to provide evidence, number one, of a gun, number two, of a car, most importantly, that Mr. Davis was even in Las Vegas at the time. Right now, I can be forthright and say we haven't seen any of that evidence.
You know, other than Keefe's multiple confessions that he was there, of course. And this new evidence that the prosecution enters is a statement by a former friend of Keefe's named Corey Edwards, aka C-Ray. And in this statement, Edwards had placed Keefe in Las Vegas that night of Tupac's murder when Edwards did an interview with former detectives Greg Kading and Tim Brennan in 2006.
In 2006, there is a live witness who puts the four people the suspect says in Las Vegas leaving to go harm Suge Tupac Shakur. That witness is corroborated by records from a hotel that establishes he was here, and we know that he's a member of this gang. But the most important temporal relationship here is he makes that statement 2 years before any confession the defendant ever made.
And by citing this evidence and then Keefe's lawyer mentioning Greg Kading,
we just got the box, the Greg Kading box.
This courtroom has just brought up probably Keefe's two least favorite people on earth, Corey Edwards and Greg Kading. And this will absolutely set him off in a rant at the end of this hearing. And you can already see him here wanting to say something.
The status check done on trial readiness. It'll be August 20th.
No, that's the court.
I think we're done.
I got something to say.
You want to say it to Mr. Arnold, and he can say, he represents you, so ultimately, represent yourself, you can talk it well, but if
Mr. Greg Hayden had them boxes at his house for 15 years in his attic, doing all kind of TV interviews. The boxes should not be allowed in the
he's
cases.
just gonna talk about it.
The boxes should not be allowed. The tainted evidence, everything. The man, he broke a proper agreement, and he broke the law, all kind of stuff.
I think what the state said ultimately is that they don't think there's gonna be anything in those boxes that they're gonna use.
You just use something in the box. They just used something in the box from 1996. He knows they did it.
No, certainly we are.
They're not only ugly on the outside, but they're ugly on the inside.
And this will lead to dozens of headlines like this one after this hearing claiming sparks fly. After Keefe's rant against him in this hearing, Greg Kading tells the Associated Press, "I don't lose sleep over the fact that a confessed murderer is at odds with me for sharing information about his involvement in a murder." As wild as these first two bail hearings were, the third and final one in August somehow tops both of them. First of all, for some reason, Keefe's lawyer isn't there in person and he has to phone in.
Mr. Ball and Mr. Giacomo appearing for the state, Mr. Davis is present in custody, where's Mr. Arnold? He's iPhone on here.
And then he requests they delay the trial again because he has another case coming up and then he's going to leave the country. So the trial is pushed from this November to March of 2025. And then things get really crazy related to Keefe's bail. The judge claims that the bail bond company forwarded 2 letters to her, supposedly from an entertainment company that had sent Cash Jones the bail money, but that it's the same letter from 2 different people at the company, like it was just copied, and that one of the people doesn't appear to work there, and that the address on one of the letters goes to a doctor's office.
And then I received the following letter from an Adam W. at AG on AG letterhead. On June 11, 2024, we sent a wire of $112,500 Entertainment Incorporated for this invoice. Admin, Adam W. And then there was a number and an email. So I had my law clerk call and email numerous times, left several voicemails. We never received a response from Mr. W. Then on 8/2, I received another letter from a Shonya Pittman Roach. We did research her and did find that she had a connection to AG Entertainment, but her name was ultimately misspelled and the address on the letter returned to the doctor's office. So the letter ultimately said the exact thing, verbatim, as what we had received from Mr. W.
And they have trouble getting a hold of people at the entertainment company, and then when they finally do reach someone, a person there claims that they were just told what to put in the letter to the court and that they didn't need to know anything else about it.
Ultimately, my law clerk was able to talk to Ms. Roach. She did tell us that there's no Adam W. who works there. She doesn't know who sent that first letter. We asked her why this was identical language that was included in both letters. She indicated that Smiley Dale Bonds reached out to her and told her what to write. We just need letterhead or an email from you, A.G. Touring, representative or accountant for this company acknowledging the transaction. No other details need to be explained, as A.G. Touring has no involvement with this transaction.
Keefe's lawyer claims Cash Jones has been receiving death threats and that Jones no longer wants any part of this.
I'm also aware that Mr. Jones, again, because of his involvement in testifying at the last two court proceedings ago, that he's been receiving death threats. So Cash Jones no longer, wants to give testimony or, show, the public that he's involved in this.
And the prosecution's response is fierce, suggesting the bail bond company may have committed a felony and going after Cash Jones himself.
Your Honor, first, as an officer of the court, I would advise the Smiley Court bail bondman not to give a statement, because after seeing his letter, it appears that he submitted a false document to this court, which is a felony, which the state takes very seriously. He advised that that will not go uninvestigated. Number 2, I'm not surprised that Cash Jones doesn't want to come here and testify, given how his testimony came off last time. He absolutely lied to this court with regard to his representation as to why he was providing the funds and where the funds were coming from. It was demonstrably false testimony.
In the end, the judge denies Keefe's bail motion again, and once again, Keefe has something to say, and this time it's directed at the prosecutors. Keefe claims that deputies attacked him in jail and that they were sent by the prosecution. Obviously, this is a bold claim.
The motion to reconsider is denied, the counter motion is also denied. Yes, sir.
Let's do what's your name, sir?
I'm not going to address it, sir.
All right, Mr. Davis.
August 9th, two deputies from two COs came to my cell, asked for the extra match. I think they were sent by them to beat me up. And they brutally beat me up, they attacked me, assaulted me. What?
You've made very serious allegations regarding police brutality and the DA's orchestrating some sort of attack on you. I wasn't aware of any of this.
So you're saying that they
can say that you attacked them. It was never brought to my attention, so there's nothing to connect that allegation. Ultimately, I think you need to be aware of the things that you're saying.
They attacked me and assaulted me. The whole place seen.
Right.
And they got the bubble little camera there. I asked them for their name. They ran them out the door. And that's wrong.
Submit it to me. Let Mr. Arnold know so he can submit it to me and I can review it, okay?
Okay.
All right, thank you.
3 days later, Las Vegas police publicly deny any assault happened. They claim that they discovered contraband in Keefe's cell while conducting a routine search and that Davis became physically uncooperative and was subsequently handcuffed. At no point did Davis complain of injury. As Keefe is leaving the courtroom at the end of this third bail hearing, he appears to say something to one of the prosecutors, but it's not clear what he says. So it appears that Keefe is going to stay in jail while awaiting trial, and if this is how the pretrial hearings are going, I can only imagine what the trial itself is going to be like in a few months.
Oh, wow.
Well, talk about applying pressure.
I need to look at something really quick. I missed something they said on here. Hold on.
They claim that they discovered contraband in Keefe's cell while conducting a routine search and that Davis became physically uncooperative and was subsequently handcuffed. At no point did Davis complain of injury. As Keefe is leaving the courtroom at the end of this third bail hearing, he appears to say something to one of the prosecutors.
Oh my gosh, honey. It seems like Kamala Harris has agreed to the Fox News debate. So I'll go ahead and share that on our wall.
Well, talk about applying pressure.
Talk about it after I wrap up this Keep Your D-Pack, honey. Okay. I didn't know all that stuff happened. You're right, Queenie. He is an idiot. I didn't know all that stuff happened with Keefe D with them bail hearings, right? I didn't know. You know, I like to have an accurate report, but I wasn't really following it like that. You know, sometimes it'll pop up. But when I go watch for it or read what happened, but I didn't know all that stuff happened. Now, listen, right? So I was pretty much explaining back when they're talking about the bail and what have you. I've been explaining the proper agreement, explained it several times since then, which is pretty much the same thing as use immunity. Um, and hey, you have an agreement to do whatever it stipulates, right? Whatever you agree to, and the prosecutors agree to, and you agree to tell the truth. However, if you lie, then use they can use evidence that is not derived from your statement, but from an independent source against you. Okay. Georgia calls it use immunity. It's all pretty much the same thing. It is the same thing, actually. Okay, it's different than um, transactional immunity, which means that, hey, they can't use any evidence against you um, based on uh, anything connected in that case, right? Like whether it's your testimony or evidence that's derived from that case, they can't use that against you. That's just pretty much the biggest difference. All right. Um, and also I explained that, hey, you know, several states, majority of the states have the son of Sam, which um, prohibits a defendant from profiting from their crimes. Now, on top of that, the judge can put additional stipulations on your bail. So you have that as well. I'm trying to read what I wrote, y'all. Oh, I couldn't believe that, and this is some stuff I had never ever heard. But some of it I did, and some. So I'm just kind of explaining those or reintroducing it, and the others I am just trying to figure out what the hell is going on, right? So I didn't know that his attorney pretty much told the court that Keefe was a big drug dealer. Now maybe he felt comfortable in saying that because maybe somewhere in the agreement, and that's information that the prosecution already knows. But if the prosecution has that information somewhere in their indictment or somewhere as a part of the story for their case, then they just help the prosecutor with their story, which is selling their story to the jury. I don't know. Hold on. Hold on. Okay. I was looking up the because I also heard where you mentioned freedom of speech um, with regards as a defense to the Son of Sam, right? And that is a defense that is commonly used when defendants are trying to benefit from um, their crimes. Now, the guy who did made the
News announced anchor
okay,
Brett Baer
wait a
will sit
minute,
down with
wait a
Vice
minute,
President
wait a
Harris for an
minute.
interview.
Sorry, y'all. I pulled it up and I put it up on the old computer and it just popped up. Sorry. So, um, the guy that did that documentary, he was incorrect. The Son of Sam applies to convicted or accused. Okay. I thought I heard somebody else I had put out some incorrect information. I don't know. But yeah, so it applies to both the accused or convicted. All right. And the First Amendment is the um, the most used defense against you know against that particular ruling. But hey, what? Why this thing keep shutting down? Okay, I'm sorry, y'all. Is the most widely used defense, right, with regards to it. So, and and just simply because, just think of what the First Amendment allows. Duh, and I told y'all that First Amendment shit is becoming widely used more and more every day. And I also told y'all attorneys love to find constitutional violations. That is one of the easiest ways to get your charges dismissed or get a conviction overturned. Okay, or get found not guilty. When an indictment comes in or a civil complaint comes in, first thing we go to do is look for the easiest ways we can get the case out of there. So turn this light this way. Yeah, so I didn't know the attorney sat there and admitted that QD was selling drugs. That's so crazy. And what is that wrote here? Oh, and also that the attorney said that he wouldn't mind being on a network show. Like, why would you, like what? Like, where did he find him from? I ain't saying nothing bad about no attorney, whatever, but like, damn. I know the Supreme Court has set the bar to me kind of low for their expectations of attorneys, right? But oh my gosh, seriously, I don't get it. And it's something else I didn't know. Now I got to look into this. Now, I don't believe shit Keefe D say. Unless it's corroborated by something, I don't believe nothing he says. That's the same as that Jerry Wright, right? Or what have you. Okay? I don't believe shit they say. When I always assign some type of metric to a person. I'm not going to sit up there and have to wonder in depth everything you say. I got to, mull over and say, oh, I don't know if he's telling the truth. I don't know if she's lying. I don't know. When I'm going to do a metric, okay, I get enough lies, I'm calling to question everything you fucking say. So now I don't believe shit until I got some proof. That saves time. Hey, that saves time. I know y'all said that Miss Angie's brain be doing too much. Yeah, it does. It surely does. I don't care. But yeah, I'm not gonna sit there. Oh, I don't know if you're telling the truth on this. Oh, I don't know if you're telling the truth on that. Who got time for that? When I can say, okay, I done caught you in by 5. I'm done. Your ass is most likely a goddamn liar. Mm-hmm. And be done with it. Yeah, and the stuff that I just need, I just go back and sit back and verify. I ain't got time for that. Look, I ain't got time for that. So when the state said that Corey Edwards, C-Ray, says that told of Keefe D's involvement in that Tupac murder like 2 full years before Keefe D made a statement. Well, that's telling. And the dude had the paperwork to say that he was there. So this not looking good for if they have that. I don't know, is this C-Ray dude, is he alive? Let's see. If not, they can use his statement. Let me see if he's alive. What a dude named C-Ray? Keefe D. Huh? What me say? Corey Edwards snaps on.
Without a kid, you don't know the validity.
Oh, snaps on Greg Caden. Oh no, Corey was moved by the feds. This Chokes reporting. It says that new grand jury transcripts in the case against Dwayne Keefe D. Davis for the murder of Tupac reveal more information on what police found at his Henderson home during their investigation. Davis was indicted on murder charges last week, nearly 30 years after the deadly shooting that killed the rap star on the Las Vegas Strip on September 7, 1996. In July, Las Vegas police raided Davis Henderson home, saying only they sought items concerning the murder of Tupac. At the time, police reported taking multiple computers and a cell phone and hard drive, bullets, and 2 tubs containing photographs. Retired Metro homicide Detective Clipper Mogg described finding 2 giant bins of photographs, including photo albums, magazines, and numerous clippings related to Tupac's murder dating back to 1996. They also found a search warrant from 1998 with a receipt from the former Monte Carlo Hotel, the same hotel Mogg said Corey Edwards stayed at when Shakur was murdered. Ooh. Edwards, who has since died, Lord have mercy, was a passenger in the white Cadillac with Davis on the night of the shooting. He dead too. Retired Metro Homicide Sergeant Kevin Manning also testified that he was in the room during Tupac's autopsy. He said Tupac had 4 gunshot injuries. This dude, Corey Edwards, is dead too. Damn. Wow. But anyway, yeah, that's gonna be a problem. That will be a problem. And then, okay, so the last thing I know was what we had all seen, right? Keefe D up there telling that poor white judge that is wrong and all that shit in the people damn courtroom with his ignorant ass. And I told you, I thought somebody had done put that shit together. I didn't know he was up in that lady courtroom saying that. It's like these niggas are harassing these poor white judges. This is ridiculous. With all this ghetto foolishness, it's bad enough. These good white folks got to learn how to say these names. These Montunk and Woodies and all this and Lil D, this kind of D and all this and so what now? I mean, they don't have time to be caught up in y'all foolishness. So the last thing I heard was what Keefe D had alleged that the prosecutors sent 2 correctional officers in there to beat him up and all of that, and he got cancer. And I told y'all, I never think he had no damn cancer, and if he had it, it's in remission, because he was supposed to have been dead. The first time I seen him on Vlad, he said he had 6 months. You know how long ago it's been? Right there, I had already put my lying metrics on his ass. I didn't give him 5 lies, 1 or something like that. That's crazy, right? So what I didn't know, that 1, the letters that was sent to the judge by whomever that was talking about the money for the bond or what have you, was falsified. That was like a poor, maybe, like a cut and paste or written by the same entity representing 2 entities, and that the judge had gotten involved in that. I didn't know that. Or maybe I did back then and I don't, recall it now, but I don't even recall going over that or saying that or seeing that part. I don't. I can't see, read my own writing. Didn't know. Yeah. I didn't know that after that, WAC 100 was receiving death threats and that he didn't want to be involved no more. I didn't know that he backed out. I didn't know that the prosecution said that they may go after that bail bond company and whack 100 for lying on the record. I didn't know that. I also didn't know that they did get some confirmation as to what happened to Keefe D and his allegations, right? And they said that what happened was they found contraband in his cell, and he didn't have any. And it was said nobody touched him. And this was, hold on, I want to make sure. This is what I'm talking about.
Demonstrably false testimony.
Hold on. Let me see if I can find it.
So there's nothing to connect that allegation. Ultimately, I think you need to be aware of the things that you're saying.
They claimed that they discovered contraband in Keefe's cell while conducting a routine search, and that Davis became physically uncooperative and was subsequently handcuffed. At no point did Davis complain of injury.
Okay.
As Keefe is leaving the courtroom at the end of this third bail hearing, he appears.
I just cannot, baby. I can't do it. I can't even do it. I can't even get no understanding. I can't. He became. That man sat in that courtroom, stood in that courtroom rather, and said that he got paperwork from the doctor, that he was hurt, and all of that extra shit. He sat right there in the court. I mean, this is getting out of hand. A long time ago, or maybe not that long time ago, long of a time ago. But people wouldn't be like playing with the court like that. Like the going to court and being in custody gave, some of those criminals, even the hardens, right, a little shift in personality, a little, scare or whatever, right? They don't give a damn of the consequences and shit like that, making these allegations. Keefe D said that he's seen the doctor and this and that and this and the third and all of that. That's crazy to me. I'm like, oh my gosh. Oh my That's crazy to me. He don't even care. He don't even care. I find something really, really wrong with that they no longer care. They don't care. They don't even care. So let me go to this. And I really should have I wanted to do an upload, but I reckon, let me come here real quick Do it this way. And and this is I hate this type of stuff because I'm going back to my what I led off with. Why I get to this next topic. I had gotten it was so crazy. Like I told you, I didn't pray to the Lord, to help him out, with that hate monkey. I just, sometimes mm, 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 mm. We all don't know each other, okay? Because you have no idea how my mind be doing, what my mind tells me to do sometimes, right? But um, I didn't pray to the Lord to hit me up with that hate monkey, none of that. But he just altered it, so right. So to um, make it more copacetic in a way to where I can still, be me. Okay, the person that's always in a great mood. That don't be thinking about shit like that. But what I went through since 2021, I think I deserve to feel the way I feel. Since 2021, just tell me I'm lying. I got it, right? Yeah, y'all seen it. Some of it. And it is just mind boggling to me. Mind boggling. I mean, it's something I tell you. If somebody tell you, show you they crazy, and tell you better believe it. You better believe it. Oh my gosh. But anyway, I don't want to go back on, get on that type of thing. Cause I go to thinking. I'm gonna think about every event. That's how my mind do. And then I don't make good decisions. Anybody trying to do all of that. I ain't trying to have all of that on me. You know? That's what I'm saying. What about lying on me? I don't like it. I don't care what it is. You know, fixing shit up and then when you question, everybody talking about, what we talking about then? Stop lying. It's the craziest shit. And I ain't trying to be funny, but it's the same individual child that tried to use, I'm going to say, tried to use that wolf to make me jealous. Did you hear what I said? It's like, oh my God, what the fuck is this about? Maybe not in the same sense, but still. Same repetition. You can't tell? I ain't making this up. God.
And one of the prosecutors.
Well, talk about a plan.
Boy, oh my gosh. See, Lord, I need your help again. It's coming on. I keep thinking, boy, if I had me up. Oh, Lord. A bat in about 12 hours. Oh my gosh. You know, I told you, we process things different. We internalize the life. Is you coming from my life? Like, what? That's what you're doing. When you add the steps up, like how long you going to be irritated? Don't sit here like you ain't did nothing. Bullshit. You better never let me run across you. You hear me? Or anybody. Ooh, y'all don't have a clue. When your child get drugged in some shit, what? I wish. I wish your ass wasn't never born. That's what I wish. Can we do that? That's the wish. Oh, Lord, I'm gonna need you soon. Try to marry it with this lie. I'm so tempted. Yeah, oh God, y'all don't know. Ooh, ooh. When I tell you I got that real shit. I ain't talking about no buttons. So anyway, let me stop for a while. These motherfuckers snitch around here and we all be on paperwork somewhere. Hold on, let me get these politics today. So, listen. The dude that got arrested with the gun or whatever he had, right? Outside the Trump rally, he said he wasn't trying to kill President Trump. Trump earlier had already asked for additional security and stuff because he like getting threats and shit like that, and there's no place for political violence, right? I don't care who it's against. You understand what I'm saying? I think it's ridiculous, right? These people are crazy as hell. And they apparently don't have no off switch unless you turn it off. Phone. I mean, and the act of a delayed cognitive process or slow learning or just not quite getting it or selective craziness or weirdness or whatever, they don't understand, when there's other ways to react. So that man said he wasn't trying to kill Trump. Also, I told you Kamala said that she apparently will do the Fox News interview. Well, let me see what happened. Hold on.
Applying pressure this afternoon, Fox News announced anchor Bret Baier will sit down with Vice President Harris for an interview near Philadelphia on Wednesday. It's a notable development for two reasons. First, Harris will have an opportunity to speak directly to an audience, perhaps skewed toward her opponent. But that's the other thing. Trump dodged a second debate. He ducked a big 60 minutes interview in favor of addressing his own silo. And now Harris will get a word in edgewise. Joining our conversation, distinguished political scholar and professor at Princeton University, Eddie Cloud, Charlie and Anthony also back with us. Charlie, what do you think about Harris on Fox News?
Well, I think she's showing that she has more guts than Donald Trump has, that she's willing to go into hostile territory. And again, this is one of those themes that, Donald Trump is a weak man who tries to pretend to be a strong man, and yet he runs away from the debates. He runs away from 60 Minutes. The reality is that there's a very small number of persuadable voters out there. They're probably not watching shows like this or Fox News. And yet I think she has to do this. She has to show that she is willing to basically put the pedal to the metal, go wherever anyone wants to ask her these tough questions.
Eddie, Trump, as you will recall, sat down for an interview with Bret Baier one-on-one just last year. Take a look how that went.
President Mike Pence is running against you. Yeah. Your ambassador to the United Nations, Nikki Haley, she's running against you. Your former Secretary of State, Mike Pompeo, said he's not supporting you. You mentioned National Security Advisor John Bolton. He's not supporting you either. You mentioned Attorney General Bill Barr, says you shouldn't be president again, calls you a consummate narcissist and troubled man. You recently called Barr a gutless pig. Your second defense secretary is not supporting you, called you irresponsible. This week, you and your White House called your White House Chief of Staff, John Kelly, weak and ineffective and born with a very small brain. You called your acting White House Chief of Staff, Mick Mulvaney, a born loser. You called your first Secretary of State, Rex Tillerson, dumb as a rock. And your first Defense Secretary, James Mattis, the world's most overrated general. You called your White House Press Secretary, Kayleigh Canadian milquetoast, and multiple times you've referred to your Transportation Secretary, Elaine Chao, as Mitch McConnell's China-loving wife. So why did you hire all of them in the first place?
Because I hired 10 to 1 that were fantastic.
Damning, even a year later. But then Trump, of course, called that interview unfriendly, called it nasty, because he didn't like the truth being reflected back.
Right. We know he's a troubled adolescent. He can't deal with anybody challenging him in a substantive way. I think this is a good thing for the vice president to do. It gives us a sense of the scope of her courage and her strength. She's willing to go into hostile territory and hold her on. But what really matters is the ground game. The blocking and tackling. We know that she has 50 offices in Pennsylvania. We know that she has over 400 staffers on payroll. We know that they've knocked on 100,000 doors. It's the blocking and tackling. So she can go on television. It's all what they're doing on the ground.
You've been in the rooms where these decisions are made about where you deploy a principal, the message you are deploying them with. I think it is equally telling that in these rallies, she is sharpening the contrast.
Oh, yeah. This is one thing that the Harris campaign, they know how to do really well. They know how to create that contrast. That's in part what the release of these medical records were about just yesterday, right? But they also know how to put Donald Trump on the offense. And that's what she is doing.
On the offense or on the defense?
On the defense, right. That's
all I know about sports. There you go. You're welcome.
But that's what she was doing in Eastern North Carolina yesterday. Going back to North Carolina, this is important because people don't go east of I-95 unless they're going to the Outer Banks, right? But there are so many conservative voters, but there are also a higher percentage of African American voters. But these are people that National Democrats overlook. And so yesterday she went to church, she met with Black farmers. She was embraced by longtime Congresswoman Eva Clayton, who is legendary in Eastern North Carolina. That's the type of stuff and the type of conversations that she needs to have. That's why she's going on Fox News trying to reach these Nikki Haley voters. That's why she's talking to Charlamagne the God tomorrow. Again, these are not softball interviews. I don't know how much people know about Charlamagne, but he's a provocateur, right? And Britt Baer himself, he's not going to give her any hardballs either.
I love that you are repping Eastern North Carolina so hard today.
Somebody has to, man.
Charlie, I got to make sure I talk about your endorsement, your piece this week on why I'm voting for Kamala Harris. You suggested it, quote, might feel warm and fuzzy to write in George Washington, but he's not on the ballot. Seems like a message to some of your fellow Republicans who have said they won't vote for Trump, but they're just not sure they can come out and vote for Kamala Harris.
Yeah, you have a lot of them who have the partisan muscle memory, but I think this was a point that Liz Cheney made when she endorsed Kamala Harris, which is that in this election, we do not have the luxury of keeping our hands clean or being above the fight. If you really regard Donald Trump as a real danger to the country, there's only one person that can stop him from being sworn in as president on January 20th, and that's Kamala Harris. So this is a moment to set aside ideological differences. This is not right or left. This is not an election that's going to turn on how we feel about taxes on carried interest. We can have these debates later, but right now, this is the existential moment where you have to step up. This is the time for choosing, and it's either going to be Donald Trump or it's Kamala Harris. And I think that there are a lot of conservatives who need to understand that they can have the debates later, but right now, they have to do what they know is right. They have to put country ahead of party.
Okay, so let me tell you. This is crazy. I didn't know that you would have to fact check Donald Trump about something just as simple as this. Oh, child. That's why I can't stand a liar. And I heard some idiot say, I thought you said you couldn't stand a liar. And I argue most of the times about you being a goddamn liar. But I didn't know that I would have to fact check Donald Trump about something as simple as him saying that Kamala Harris is the one that turned down the debate with Fox News. That's not the truth. Oh, let me pull this up again. Like, who lies about that? It was Donald Trump that declined the invitation. Hold on, let me see if it was one earlier. Hold on. I don't want to lie on them. I forgot to Google that question. God damn. I'm sorry, Mr. Joe. I'm gonna get back on track with my mouth. Hold on, wait a minute. Maybe it's one. Hold on. Morning Joe Crew defends Kamala Harris for rejecting Rick Fox debate. Trump had initially agreed to a rematch with President Joe Biden during a September 10th debate hosted by ABC News, but with a new challenger, the former president is now calling for Harris to meet him next month in a Fox News debate before a live audience. He obviously is now proposing something that is more likely for Kamala to attend than him attending something on MSNBC primetime. Joe Scarborough said, "It's just not going to happen." He's trying to figure out a way to get this debate gracefully, and he's just not going to be able to do it. Corporate alleges that the September 10th date with ABC cannot be valid because Biden no longer is the head of the ticket. The United States Assembly nominee versus the Democrat nominee. Trump also has already Trump. First he lied about the name that was on the thing. They're not serious. They all deliberately mispronouncing that repeatedly. Because apparently she did turn down, I guess, the initial one when they was setting up, before they was setting up the one that she did with him on whatever that network was, that debate. And then, she's agreeing now to do one and on Fox. And I guess he's saying he's not doing an interview or nothing. Hold on, I'm gonna allow him. Okay, wait a minute. No, Kamala has been back out of the September 12th debate fact check. the claim Kamala Harris backed out of September 4th debate with Trump. Stop trying to charge me. Hold on. Yeah, I mean, y'all know I like to get down to the truth. That's why it sends drive me crazy when somebody fucking lie on me or mischaracterize. It ain't even the truth. It's just any goddamn thing, especially when it doesn't even make fucking sense. And then the fact that some people can tell these dumb dumbs any goddamn thing just because they want to go with it, they go with it. But when your ass get looking like boo in the goddamn face, so I ain't warn you. Of course, some people don't even care about looking like boo boo in the face. They don't. I mean, I ain't trying to be funny, whatever, but usually, like, I've never seen nobody throw out in the garbage one piece of trash, right? Trash attracts other trash. They understand each other. When your standards, all that, it is what it is. People don't care nothing about the truth. They like to participate in the foolishness for whatever reason. But when you want to their ass, then there's a problem. I don't have no baby brain. I'm a full-blood fucking grown woman that does woman shit. I don't want to run around playing tag and shit. Who the fuck he gonna go get? Okay, it says, an August 20th Facebook post includes a screenshot of former President Donald Trump's Truth Social post about a September 4th Fox News debate with Vice President Kamala Harris. And it says Harris won't be doing a Fox News debate on September 4th. Cackling Kamala has backed out of the debate with President Trump. The post was shared on more than 900. Whatever. Okay. Already false. Characterizing Harris as backing out from the debate is inaccurate. Trump proposed September 4th as a date for a debate with Harris, but the vice president never publicly agreed to it. She can't back out if she never was in it. Trump, August 19th, Truth Social. Harris had just informed us that she would not do the Fox News debate on 4th. Trump suggested that date and the network instead of a previously scheduled September 10th debate on ABC because of what he called a conflict of interest with the network given its ongoing litigation against it. But Harris never publicly agreed to a September 4th debate as reported by USA Today. It's interesting how any time, any place becomes one specific time, one specific safe place, Harris said in the August 3rd Twitter post responding to Trump's proposal. I'll be there on September 10th, like I agreed to. I hope to see him there. Oh, okay. So he tried to propose a September 4th because he wanted to change the date from that debate that we saw them have on September the 10th. Oh, okay. I see what they're saying. See, you see how I get down to it? I see what they're saying. So she never did back out. That's correct. And that's for sure. Like, man. And what's so scary, right? This world is just becoming blatantly dishonest right up in your goddamn face. Or just running with some wild accusations or conspiracy theories and shit. Just right up in your goddamn face. Like, god damn. Woo woo. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. But yeah, that's crazy. So what's the next thing? Oh, this whole situation with these abortions and this transgender. I don't know if y'all know, but did anybody know that transitioning was covered? Oh, I'll get up politics. Hold on. I'm not done with politics. Oh, what's going on with politics? That transitioning was covered, or could be covered, let me say it like that, could be covered under your insurance. Now, when that happened, I know I've been out the insurance game for a long time, but last time um, on that part of it, I know we were on ICD 9, honey. I know they on 10 now, but I'm talking when I was actively. So I know we was on ICD 9, CPT 4, ICD 9. Nah, I know they on ICD 10 because of the other work I had started doing. I didn't know that transitioning was a covered service. I mean, I should have. Well, let me see how long it's been covered. I don't even know if I'm calling it right. Gender reassignment. I think that's what it's called. This ain't what I do. It says it's been covered by Medicare since 2014. So I don't know about. It just came up giving Medicare since 2014. So that's, hey, that's been a minute. So probably some of the other insurances maybe, well, damn. Let me see. Why gave me the Medicare information? With gender reassignment. How long has gender reassignment? It keeps coming up with Medicare. Well, wait a minute. It said that the ban was placed on the service in 1981 when gender reassignment surgery was considered experimental. The Obama administration decision to end the ban was based on a lawsuit. Oh. In addition to Medicare, many other health insurers now cover gender affirming surgery. It's gender affirming. I thought it was gender reassignment. Shit, I don't know. Including Blue Cross, Blue Shield, Kaiser, Permanente. I used to love to say that. Medicaid in 14 states and many employer plans. Wow. Wow. So I guess maybe it all became a covered, possibly a covered service back with the Affordable Health Care. Wow. I wonder is implementing, all of that in insurance is the reason why our shit went up like it did. It blew the roof off. I wonder. But yeah, so I put some information about it on our wall. Also, I asked if abortion or medically needed abortions were covered, and it said yeah, pretty much medically needed abortions was covered. So I don't know what's the big gripe behind the abortions if it's medically needed. Now, if you just want one, um, I can support it just being and treated as an elected service. I mean, that's up to you. But if it's medically needed, oh wait a minute, wait a minute, in between it, what about for oh man, well, I'll still say if you want one because if if your baby has some issues or whatever and you don't want to go through with the pregnancy or whatever, I think it still should be an election unless it's medically needed, right? I think so. But I may be speaking ignorantly on this topic because right now, I put on the wall and Google is the expert right now, not me. So let me put that on the record. I know I said if you put it out here, you're the expert, right? If so you have a certain level of responsibility to be truthful, in my opinion. That's on anything. But I'm telling you right now, Google is the expert. That's the contribution. That's also the expert. Okay? I don't know. I really don't know. Those are not some things I've needed, and so I don't know. And then with all this fancy word, this application, I'll say new application to me of the word abortion or whatever. Back in the day, abortion means you finna abort the baby. They didn't have no fancy, none of that about, whether it's this stillbirth and miscarriage and this DNC and all this. Abortion is abortion. So, I don't know. Oh, yeah, yeah. I know that's what I'm going to talk to you about. Darn, I almost missed it. I wasn't doing no upload. Okay. Also, where is it? Hold on. Where is it? Oh, it was a good breakdown. Damn, did I close it? I think I closed it. I'll put it back up. On. Sorry, y'all. Okay. So, real quick. So, there's always a lot of talk about we're not sure what Kamala Harris policies are, what, what her plan is for the next 4 years, so on and so forth, right? So I can give you a brief synopsis. She's aiming to cut taxes for the middle class families, make rent more affordable, and home ownership more attainable, grow small businesses, and invest in entrepreneurs, take on bad actors, and bring down costs. When it comes to big banks uh, and home ownership. She plans to strengthen and bring down the cost of health care. She aimed to protect and strengthen Social Security and Medicare. She plans on supporting American innovation and workers. She also aimed to provide a pathway to the middle class through quality, affordable education, right? And so, I've stopped there. I'm going to continue to go, but I stopped there because that means that she is recognizing that there is a set of people called the poor, right? And need that pathway to the middle class more than anybody, in my opinion. I've been saying this, okay, for a long time. In that she speaks about affordable, child care and preschool, an increase in the Pell Grant, She plans to invest in affordable child care and long-term care, also low energy costs, and tackle the climate crises. She also wants to restore and protect reproductive freedoms, protect civil rights and freedoms, make our communities safer from gun violence and crime, secure our borders and fix our broken immigration system, tackle the opioid and fentanyl crises, ensure no one is above the law, stand with our allies and stand up to dictators and lead on the world stage, invest in America's sources of strength, support service members, veterans, their families, caregivers, and survivors. And under invest in America's source of strength, pretty much you would invest in competitive advantages that will make America the strongest nation on earth. That's their geopolitics, right? That falls upon the geopolitics. All right. And for its foreign policy, right? Remember, I have been talking about, doing a creative with regards to AI. And is it possible that AI will become more efficient and effective to the point that it will possibly replace some of our American job force, right? So here it states, and under the foreign policy, states that AI and technology says the rapid ascent of artificial intelligence, AI, has led an analyst to predict the beginning of a new era in that word geopolitics, right? Which is foreign, international affairs, the military, things of that nature. Okay. Like terrorist threats and just anything with the global impact, right? It says, meanwhile, TikTok and other foreign technology companies continue to cause concern among policymakers who fear they constitute a threat to national security. And it says, Harris says Washington should do more to ensure that companies use AI tools responsibly. And Trump is stated that he is coming up with strategies on emerging fields such as AI cybersecurity. So let's give you an idea. She has so she's recognized that China is now one of the world's two largest economies, right? And of course, we're the other one. And knowing that, the foreign policy of President has to be one that is strategic but efficient and beneficial to everybody. Okay. As well as there is a level of security that you have to deal with when creating these policies. You know, that, all of that I just said, that includes your trade, security issues, anything pretty much dealing with geopolitics. She also recognized that it also has to do with climate change. She has climate change here. Okay. And experts warn that shifting climate patterns will facilitate the spread of disease and contribute to food and water shortages. So let me read that. It says in recent years, extreme weather events have caused increased damage around the world. As global temperatures continue to rise at an alarming rate, the probability of more intense drought, excessive rainfall, severe storms, and bigger wildfires is growing. And it says experts warn that shifting climate patterns will facilitate the spread of disease and contribute to food and water shortages. Um, Harris says that climate crisis is an essential threat to, to humanities, and she has supported many of Biden's climate policies, including his decision to rejoin the Paris Agreement. And she cast a tie-breaking vote to pass the largest clean energy and climate investment bill in the U.S. history. Right, so that's one of her jobs, to break ties. Okay. It says Trump has repeatedly questioned the science of climate change and expressed doubts about whether human activity is responsible. He has pledged to greatly expand domestic fossil fuel production, overhaul Biden's clean energy initiative, and withdraw United States from major global climate efforts. Hold on for a minute, y'all. All right. Sorry, y'all. Okay. Then it's the defense against NATO. It says American defense strategy has shifted focus to great power competition with China and Russia after nearly 2 decades, dominated by troop deployments in Afghanistan and Iraq, with U.S. military personnel stationed in 178 countries. The role of the military and of U.S. alliances have grown increasingly controversial, as Harris has positioned herself as a strong supporter of multilateral cooperation and the North American Treaty. Oh, NATO. And Trump has criticized NATO, we know that. Also, they tackle global health and pandemic prevention. It says Harris has prioritized national and international healthcare issues. Trump oversaw the federal response of the first year of the COVID pandemic. Immigration, border security. Has been at the center stage. Harris advocates for a comprehensive immigration reform, but I can't speak today. My mouth is swollen, y'all. I'm sorry. Immigration and border policy remain signature issues for Trump, and the party's 2024 platform renews his vow to implement a slew of measures to sharply reduce both legal and illegal immigration. There's inflation, debt, and the economy. And all this is up under foreign policy, okay? Because Harris said her economic policy is based on creating opportunities for the middle class. The Biden-Harris administration has focused on making public investment in infrastructure and green energy, challenging monopolistic consolidation and raising taxes on corporations and the wealthiest Americans to pay for its surge in spending. And Trump says, as President Trump emphasized tax cuts and deregulatory economic policies, which he says spirit growth, innovation, and employment. He says government spending needs massive cuts to bring down inflation. Israel, Gaza, and the Middle East. Harris supports a ceasefire and a hostage release deal in the war between Israel and Hamas. She also calls for a two-state solution to Israeli-Palestinian conflict. And Trump's approach to the Middle East has been defined by strong support for Israel and Saudi Arabia and a confrontational stance toward Iran. He backed away from long-standing bipartisan consensus by saying he wasn't interested in a separate Palestinian state. Russia and Ukraine. Says Harris says the United States will back Ukraine's defensive efforts against Russia for as long as it takes. And Trump says that he wouldn't commit to approving additional U.S. aid to Ukraine if reelected. Trade. Harris says major trade deals should include protections for workers and the climate. She has criticized tariffs, but says the United States should de-risk trade with China. It says Trump argues that the global trading system is rigged against the U.S. interests and responsible for large trade deficits, declining U.S. manufacturing, and the offshoring of American jobs. Lord have mercy, that's the same old speech. Okay. All right, so I kind of give you a brief of what what Harris um, policies for America was, and as well as just a little small contrast between Harris and Trump as far as their foreign policy. I think I've covered everything for everybody. Oh my goodness, y'all just don't even know. You think you can do the electric slide by losing about 300 pounds of nigga? Mm-mm. God have mercy, Jesus. Oh, God. I don't know what it is. I don't know what the hate is about. I wonder if anybody ever hate me this much. I don't think so. Nobody did all this shit. God damn. I never seen that type of shit on my life, honey. It's unbelievable. Behind niggas, trash, crazy people. God. Got poor agents. Like, what's wrong? You know what's wrong? That is so crazy. I'm gonna have to explain to him why I'm not crying and kicking myself uh um and wishing it was him. I've got to explain to him that he ain't gonna understand. He definitely ain't gonna understand this him theory. He gonna be like, what? It's not me? I'm like, oh shit. They gonna be confused. Baby, I got some news to deliver. I'm gonna go down the line too. Like what? They gonna be like, oh, I thought. I'm like, yeah. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Weird shit. And do I gotta do a psychological workup behind this shit? Trying to figure out what the fuck is this about. Do some mental health shit, And I don't want to hear nothing about, well, you call it the examples I give out here qualify for the damn mental health. And half of them already take medicine or took it or whatever. So I don't want to hear none of that. I'm trying to tell Just be it's not and these are not normal surroundings. So if we was outside with, fairly decent people, the number of people that'll say, yeah, I'm voting for Trump, they're gonna say, and here's why. It's gonna make sense. It ain't gonna be like, oh, you gave me, I had a couple dollars. I had a few dollars. So no. You'll probably have, she said she had counted out 8 men. You'll probably have 8 men out of, like, depending on where we are, 8 men probably out of 75, maybe. Probably more than that. Just depending on, the setup. So it is going to be not calling everybody crazy. They got some situations going on. I done had some situations going on. Are they on paper for being cuckoo? Shit like that. So I ain't making this up. I get it, honey. It's the truth. It just make you like a liar. But there's another alternative. Nothing. Right there. That's always an option. Mm-mm-mm. I'm trying to tell you, baby. Listen. I'm so goddamn scarred. Trash. I can't even be an associate with no goddamn trash. I am scarred. I am scarred, baby. I can't. And I got enough friends and families and associates any goddamn way. So if they get offended, because I tell them, listen here. Well, I don't be nobody to meet up with no trash anyway. But just in case, child. Just in case I'm some unfortunate place. When I go to doing a lot of work or whatever, I meet different types of people. Meet different types of people. And they can, they can be working at a bank and be trash. Trash, it has a lot of elements to it. A lot of things make you trash. Your attitude, your moral compass, and all of that make you trash. So, I mean, trash can be um, dressed in some Berlutis, honey, and still be trash. I've seen that. I have seen that. Oh shit. I've seen where people just turn. Oh my gosh, child. Mm. It's sad at this point. Like it's embarrassing. I mean, like, why would I? Like, so, oh my gosh. I don't have no low self-esteem. I don't. And desperation ain't never been my friend. Hmm? Child, please. That's the motherfucker you describing. Somebody desperate. Mm. Just lie. So sometimes you give people all the chances in the world. They don't understand until you make them. That's just crazy. I mean, everything you say, everything you write, because they crazy or full of shit. They want to internalize into something. Tell, and I know how to do. I know how it works, honey. Tell people, oh, she meant this. Oh, she coming. Just lying. And they dumb enough to believe it. That's because they want that smoke. I just rather just, say, hey, I want that smoke too. So, the smoke is free. Everybody can get it. Just say that. Instead of all this hidden and smoking now, I'm going to hide the hand. Ooh, I ain't so, if nobody, damn. We don't play all them goddamn games. Shit. Then we got scary ass trash. Like, man. Maybe that agent gonna he gonna laugh. He gonna be like, I know damn well. I'm like, yeah. I ain't like, and then if I question your manhood, like, what the fuck? I'm not interested in no shit like that. Like, what? What we gonna do? Go to where the transvestites buy Bigfoot shoes and shit together. You know, my foot big. We're gonna go shopping for shoes and shit. It's retarded. Honestly, I don't want to use that word, y'all, but I told you, I'm just going over things in my head. Like, God, it's just impossible. Why I always got to be the cool person. Why is that? Why I always got to be the cool person, y'all? The one that sometimes got more balls than people that's supposed to have them. I just don't know why. Shit. Just weird. Nobody got time for none of it. None. Like, what are we doing? But yeah, y'all, so that's all I have. It don't seem like nothing ever gets better. I can beat my wall up. I can say this. And nothing ever gets better. I don't know. But I changed my mind, y'all. Please don't send me nothing else. It's just don't send me nothing else because I'm trying to tell you, and y'all know I'm being good as I could be. And those of y'all, some of y'all already know I ain't making up shit. So, anyway, hey, make sure you do something good for yourself and somebody else. Stay away from trash. And I know you might, y'all might. Just stay away from trash, I'm telling you. Just stay away from it. And check this out. As long as I can find the right mouse, guess what? I'm out of here. So is your ass.